False Accusations in Rome by
Lily K.
Alice G.
Matt C.
and Chloe D. Group 81.
So, Ethan, you're saying that this poor man named Andy killed your friend?
Yes, I can tell you the whole story.
Before that, would you like to defend yourself in any way, Andy?
I have nothing to say, but there is no proof that I murdered Harry, because I didn't do it.
Okay, explain.
There is nothing to explain.
Judge, are you really going to believe this poor man? I witnessed Andy murder my friend under the arch near the Colosseum. He threw his knife into the aqueduct. Then he ran along the rocky roads with the body and threw it into the Mediterranean Sea.
Do you have any proof?
What are you saying? You don't believe me?
This isn't a friendship, it's a trial. Andy, please state your story.
Gladly. It all started while I was walking around Rome. I saw a rich man and his friend arguing. I hid behind a giant arch and watched. They were yelling about a piece of artwork.
You vandalized my mosaic.
I did not.
You were the last one to come to my villa. While I was talking to one of my slaves in the courtyard, you painted all over the picture and left.
You are a liar.
Then Ethan pulled a knife out of his pocket and sliced Harry's head clean off. Blood splattered on the huge Colosseum walls. After that, he threw the body at a huge arch in anger. He put the body in a bag and took off for the roads. I followed him through the woods. He came all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. He threw the body deep into the sea. He turned around and started back. I was right with him until I stepped on a twig and it snapped. He looked straight at me in the woods and I took off running. Ethan was right on my heels. He chased me all the way back to the police department where he told them that I killed his best friend. And they took us here.
That is false. None of that happened. I don't even possess a mosaic in my villa.
Order in the court. We shall take a short intermission.
Hey, Judge, here's some money. I will give it to you if you find that poor man guilty.
That's a pretty heavy bag. Deal. The verdict has been reached. Andy, you're guilty.
What? This is an outrage. I shall slay you.
I'm completely outraged that true justice wasn't made over my death. This means that many people will die and vengeance will be served.
That was a close one. I almost had to go to jail for life. That would not have been good.
I can't believe that I have to take the fall for that greedy troublemaker. The city isn't fair to their poor people. Just because we don't have lots of money doesn't mean we aren't equal.
Tonight I will murder everyone that got in the way of my justice. I will first go to Ethan's villa and kill all his family. Then they will be hung in front of his beautiful mosaic. Then I will venture over to the judge's house and slay him and his family. And lastly, I will go to the beautiful villa of Ethan.
Somebody has to get me out of here. This isn't fair. My family doesn't have anyone to take care of them. How will my wife make money? How will my kids eat? This is a disaster.
As I find my way into Ethan's villa, I see him go completely insane at the sight of his dead family. Then he sees me, and he is even more shocked.
You did this, you crazy ghost. First you ruined my mosaic, then you killed my family? What on earth do you want from me?
I want to take your life the same way you took mine. So I shall slay you with the same knife you slayed me, and I will bring you to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea, where you can rot there for eternity.
I still need a way out of prison. Maybe somehow I can get help from somebody. The ghost and Andy make a plan to get him out of prison.
So it's settled then. We will meet tonight at midnight in the same spot to carry out the plan.
Yes, and thank you for helping me.
You're welcome. Would you like to go over the plan one more time?
Sure, so we meet here in the exercise yard when the clock strikes midnight. I have the key to get out of my cell. Then you will open the gate and I will leave. But if a guard comes, what should we do?
I have a knife and a sword that I stole from Ethan. I will slay anyone who shows any sign that might harm us.
Great, so once we are out, I will get my family. We will then flee to the mountains for about a month. We will change our appearances so that we can come back and be totally new people with new names and a new life and no criminal record, even if it was false. No one will know what happened to Andy. Hey, did you tell my family the plan?
Yes, they are now gathering all the supplies you will need to survive during your times in the mountains. Oh, and I have a surprise for you.
What?
I gave your family, all Ethan's and Ethan's family, and the Judge Joe's and Judge Joe's family's money.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea how helpful that will be. What can I ever do to make it up to you?
Just make sure that Ethan is always seen as a crook and a cheat by everyone around you. If you ever doubt that, well, I might have to come for you next. Yay!